Cenats, the guy who won 4 streamer awards in one night, wants to start a clothing brand. Alright, as you may have heard, Cenats wants to start a clothing brand and he got hella backlash online. A lot of people say he doesn't have enough knowledge about fashion to be a fashion brand owner. Is he really serious about it or is it just a gimmick? That's what we're gonna talk about today. My name is Daniel2. I do fashion content here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram and Rednote not to forget. Without further ado, buckle up, set your phone on Do Not Disturb and let's see if Cenats is really serious about being a fashion designer. On January the 13th, Kai uploaded a video titled I Quit. In this video he talks about how he wants to create and that's the reason he quits. The video starts with him watching a documentary about how Louis Vuitton built his empire. He wants to learn about the fabric and how to cut and sew, not just design. Sounds good, sounds nice, all that, but where does this quote-unquote dream come from? In his words, the interest for clothes came from his trip to Japan where he got inspired and wants to venture outside of his bubble and create something. Throughout the video, Kai talks about how he wants to understand the garment production and travels to Italy to understand it more. At the end of his video, he reveals he has a secret channel, which is not secret anymore. On the secret channel, he reads, speaks his mind, shows his process of sewing and working out. Sounds pretty nice, right? Well, not everyone saw it that way. Ever since he said he wanted to be a fashion designer, people clowned him. First of all, people mentioned his extreme makeover, which led people to believe he has a stylist. Because going from all hype brands to more quote-unquote relevant and stylish brands is not something that happens overnight. His fits are trendy and not really unique, just what a stylist would choose for his clients. Next thing people pointed out was that his makeover really felt performative and fake. Of course, people are going to question the authenticity of your makeover if you record everything and put it up on the internet to see. It was a big switch up from the funny and entertaining person we know as Cenats to a whole nother person which is serious about this whole makeover thing. It feels performative and fake, even if it's real. A lot of celebrities, when they venture into art, they have two things to choose from: music and fashion. But the problem doesn't stop there. The community is also involved. Kai is known for being the definition of chaos, entertainment, and of course streaming. And his fans embody that. For example, the New York riot that happened a few years ago. Violent and chaotic. And now the same community will see their favorite content creator make fashion pieces and venture into the fashion space, which is very progressive and boundary pushing. Question is, will it translate well into Kai's community? It's also very questionable if he's ready to make a clothing brand without any knowledge about the fashion scene. He rushes the process and doesn't really take a deep dive into the history, designs, and even the meaning of pieces. But when it comes to his own brand VIVET, he has a different approach.
To it on a deeper level, right? So VIVET is Latin for he, she, or it will live forever. And that is what I want the clothing brand to do. But the deeper meaning behind VIVET is not being boxed into a category that society portrays it to be in. This is the logo, right? This is the logo. Now, the logo is a representation of a compass. And if you could see deeper, you have to really imagine it's like an infinity symbol. And hence the cross, because, you know, I believe in God and in Jesus. So, like, I just wanted to add that to my flair.
His logo itself reminded me of the Thug Club logo, but after the explanation he gave, it made more sense to me. For many, you have to surround yourself with fashion for years and years to have at least some kind of knowledge. But the question arises, is it really the right order to create a clothing brand first and then only study fashion brands? Or just fashion in general? Of course, it's easy to create a clothing brand first if you have the money to spend. But first things first, you have to have the basic knowledge. It's good that he starts by learning to sew and not do a classic print-on-demand brand. But the critique is still there. The problem lies within the community he built and how he presents himself on the internet. When people think of him, the first thing that comes to mind is a classic streamer that does everything for clips and views. But now when he breaks down all these walls to pursue something personal, he gets clowned on. Don't understand me wrong, I see where people are coming from, because a lot of people skipped out on meals just to buy their grail. Or research hours upon hours, put in the effort, money, and time just to have the knowledge they have now. It feels like he's trying too hard, like a try-hard, and rushes his style evolution just to skip to the whole brand part. Rome wasn't built in a day, so it's unrealistic for him to gather all the knowledge he needs within a few months. Fashion is different for everyone and everyone has a different preference, but when it comes to garment construction and not falling into the classic IG brand bubble, you have to invest time, money and effort. Unlike others who design a t-shirt and think they're the next upcoming designer. I really hope for the best, but what Kai has done to himself is the question still in the air if people will take him seriously. Anyways, what are your thoughts about it? Do you think he's real about it? Do you think he's just playing and leaves this whole thing after a few months? Or is it just a gimmick? Let me know in the comments below. In case I got something wrong, my bad. I don't keep up with the whole streamer situation and what's happening in the streamer universe. I also linked the channel and the video in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourself and make an opinion for yourself. As always, thank you very much for watching. You know, I appreciate it. Hope you're doing great out there whenever you are, wherever you are, or however you are. Hope you're just doing well out there. Big love to everyone who takes their time and comments down below. I really appreciate all the comments from the last few videos. And with that being said, I just hope you have a great day, great evening, or just a great morning. My name is Daniel too. Until next time, bye bye. As you may have heard, Kanye West, Digga, sag schon. Kanye West, ja, Kanye West will eine Clothing Brand starten.